Well, I probably adapted a bit. My feeling of this patch. Well, I'm going to talk about from the Protoss perspective. I think it's the energy overcharge is probably the biggest change, and I think some situations it's gotten a bit easier to play. Like for example, I think it's a bit better to play aggressive as Protoss now, and using the energy overcharge for sentry and force fields. But at the same time, I think it's gotten a bit harder, probably in the two matchups mostly. Protoss vs Zerg and Protoss vs Protoss is gotten harder at defending all-ins and pushes. Yeah, that's mostly it.
Okay. So it's just like just like Terran, they have the new cyclones. Do you think the cyclones will give you more pressure in this patch?
I think the new Cyclone is worse against Blink, but it's probably a bit better against the Stargate. I don't think Stargate opening is that good anymore. It's very hard to play Stargate. It's almost always better to play Blink. Well, I wouldn't consider my performance that good. I think my PVC could need some practice, and yeah, well, I just need to do better in PVC. I don't think my performance was good, but I was lucky that I made it through anyway. I think if they practice a bit more on PvP, they could take maps against me, but they would almost always have a better chance, like higher chances if they play their main ways. So I'm not really worried. The biggest difference is that you're playing for yourself now mostly. It's not as much pressure as it was in team games, where it feels like you have to do well for your team, and now it's just mostly yourself. I guess that's the main difference. Well, I don't really have any plans as of yet. I'm just playing and enjoying StarCraft. In the meantime, well, I'm grateful for all the fans, and the people that like watching me play, and just enjoying StarCraft. I'm very glad that people still like the game. Yeah, and I'll try to do my best to give some good games in MC8.
And now we're hearing from Serral. Again, it's been the same questions every time. Asking about the patch, then asking about WTL and their teams, asking about their opinion on StarCraft. Oh.
Yeah, I have adapted after playing some matches. I already played a good amount during the PTR test, and obviously played some ever since. To be honest, I don't think there was any major changes on the way you play. Maybe you delay one queen or so, but for the most part, it is relatively similar on the Zerg side. But yeah, the patch is fine. I like the new maps especially. I'm a little bit sad. Pros got some late game buffs, but besides that, it's all fun patch, and yeah, I have adapted to it properly, I think. Well, I guess I don't really personally. I wouldn't go with as far as doing any race switches. I always feel like I would, even if I would be good with one of the other races, I probably still would have a better chance with my own race, just because I'm more experienced with that. But Yeah, I think Clem and well, the people who they just want to show off a little bit and show they can play the ultra races as
Yeah.
well. But he does it very well, so you can't really blame him. But it's not something I would do at least with my current off race levels. I think my performance in the group stage was fine. I played some good games, but I think I can do better as well. So it wasn't the best performance ever, but at the same time, good enough, and I'm relatively happy with it overall. Yeah, military went smooth. It went pretty fast. I only spent there 5.5 months, so under half a year. Went pretty fast. I technically only did 2 tournaments during my whole stay, so it wasn't too many of those. But I would say practice wise it was okay. I think mechanically I did get a little bit worse for sure, just because I played way less than I usually do, but I tried to do some high quality practice for the most part. And yeah, it was a little bit too little, but at the same time, I think I was able to practice enough to maintain my level at least to some extent. PWC was a fun event, just like Gamers 8 was last year. It was a pretty good experience. I think it was organized very well. I think the only real downside was there wasn't that many people watching, but besides that, it was a pretty fantastic event, to be fair, and I had no complaints whatsoever. It's pretty different, I would say. I do think having a team format makes it a little bit more relaxing, just because it's not completely up to you. Because when you play an individual league, it's always all up to you, and you kind of have to always perform. But with a team league, you can rely on other people as well, and just in general, having talking who's playing against who, and setting up the matches is a fun experience. And like I said, I think it's a little bit of a more relaxing tournament format than the solo leagues, where you actually just have to always perform yourself. Yeah, just happy holidays to everyone. Happy Christmas and New Year's. I hope everyone has a good end of the year, and yeah, I'll try to start practicing big time again when the next season hopefully starts sometime around next year. So stay tuned for that.
And we are back. We are back here again. Lovely to see these interviews with our players of both Serral and MaxPax, hearing their thoughts on the new patch, on Clem and Rainer off racing, of course, on their performance in the group stage. Coming into this, we'll see how this goes out. I mean, as we're just jumping right on in, I had some thoughts, but never mind. We're just jumping right into game one. In the top right-hand corner, we have MaxPax, the Danish Protoss for Storm Gaming. In the bottom left, we have Serral for Basilisk. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat with this best of 5. Now, coming into this, I was about to say that that MaxPax, he did sound a little bit concerned in a way. I mean, he brought up something that we all know, is that it is his ZvP that is holding him back. MaxPax, he has the best PvP in the world, and he has some insane PvT, but his PvZ is his weakest matchup. That is where Hero typically has him trumped. Hero has the best PvZ in the world. MaxPax is slightly behind him, and he was talking about how he wasn't really too happy with his Protoss versus Zerg matchup. Despite that, though, what I will say, so coming into this, I do favor Serral. In the series, but there was a show match. There was a Basilisk Big Brain Bouts show match between MaxPax and Serral. That was less than a week ago at this point, and we saw MaxPax bring Serral down 3-1. Did beat him in the show match, and as you saw in the match history, that was the first time that MaxPax had beaten Serral in years. in years back, because that was a big win for MaxPax. So that could be a little bit telling. On the one hand, yes, MaxPax is not too happy with his own PvZ, and we've seen him fall to a lot of Zerg players as of late. At the same time, Serral has also been losing to a lot of Protoss. If you were here for the podcast, we were talking about it. We were going over his recent record. Serral, he just lost against Hero. He just dropped maps against Mana. He dropped maps against Australia. He did lose to MaxPax as well. Serral, he has been looking a little bit shaky in this matchup in the recent patch. Again, the patch has changed things. Serral himself was talking about how the meta hasn't changed too much, but the maps have changed how players are approaching the matchup in general here. And we'll see. We'll see how our players do unfold in this best of 5. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go. Here we go. As we are settling in. Change out world champions always unhappy. Their spite and anger and indifference must be championful. I wouldn't say unhappy at all. Like when you look at Serral, when you look at Clem, when you look at Oliveira, they're not angry, they're not spiteful or anything like that at all. Usually they're just very hard on themselves. Usually they're very much so striving for perfection, and they're a lot more humble in that respect. I think Oliveira is the best example of that, right? Where Oliveira, he became the world champion, and he's like, I'm just a normal guy, like I'm just a normal man, you know, I'm just doing my best, I'm just playing my best games, like I still have room for improvement. Same with Serral, right? You hear from Serral, he's like, you know, my performance in the group stage was okay, but I could do better, right? That's usually like kind of their approach to things, is self-improvement, right? Is bettering themselves and looking to achieve, you know, more, right? Less so like being angry or spiteful or anything like that. Less of that. But now though, well, even like MaxPax, for example, was talking about how he's still looking to improve his own PvZ, right? Coming into this. It's all about improving, all about getting better, all about getting stronger. As for now, we are going to be moving out. Initially, Stargate opener into Oracle for MaxPax. Does hit the third base, headed towards the main. So far, Serral is keeping up. And we do have interesting an Evo Chamber opener out of Serral. Say it with me. +1 melee. +1 melee should be on the way here for Serral with the early Evo Chamber. This should lead into Ling Hydra. I say that even though I've said that twice so far tonight. With Raynor, we saw that Raynor, he went for an all-in game 1. He went for Mutas in El Dorado as well. So even though I say this should be for Ling Hydra tech and Ling Hydra play, clearly there are other ways to follow this up. But because Serral is a little bit more standard, he's less spicy, I don't expect Muta play out of him. I'm feeling Hydras, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on Serral. Behind this standard follow-up here out of MaxPax, going for a Twilight Council Robo Forge as well. I'm curious, actually, with an earlier Robo, this actually might be Charge instead of Blink. I'm curious. What do you have for us? What are we going for? Prism is on the way. Are we opening up Archon? We are. Okay, it's going to be Charge +1 and Archon production. This is not going to be Blink Stalkers. Welcome, one and all, to a trend that has been rising here amongst the European Protosses, amongst players like Cristiano, players like Mana as well, players like Creator for the Korean Protosses. Welcome to an Archon drop opener. Let's go. So this is going to be an Archon drop, looking to move out, hunt down Overlords, gain map control, and snowball out of control from here. This is how Mana did defeat Serral earlier in the Lil League Cup. Mana did force Serral to the ace match with this kind of style. And I'm sure MaxPax was watching. I'm sure he was watching. As the Prism has arrived and High Templar are morphing in. Here come the Templar, here come the Archons, here comes the drop. And again, the goal here is to maintain map control, hunt down Overlords, hunt down Workers, hunt down Queens, and deny creep. As the Archons have arrived, they do poke in, forcing back the Queens. They get one Queen goes down, massive pickup. Getting a second Queen as well. Ooh, second Queen falls. Good start here for MaxPax. Behind this, we do see Serral investing into Roach production. We have Roach speed on the way. Overlord speed as well, setting up for drop Lords. Let's go. Is massing up his roaches. And Serral, he's cutting Workers here at 62. I'm curious if he joins up anymore. Does he make any Workers, or does he commit? Overlords are finishing up. Serral, he's supply blocked. Storm is on the way, and here come those Drop Lords that we did mention. He's going for the all-in. It's going to be a Ling, Roach, Queen, Drop Lord all-in here out of Serral. Cutting workers at 62. That is just under 3-way saturation, and it's all or nothing. And so far, MaxPax, he has not seen this. MaxPax, he's in the dark. Storm may finish in time. It's going to be close. Archon's dropping into the mineral line. Roach army is spotted. And again, Serral, he has not made a drone in quite some time. Either he breaks MaxPax here and now he dies trying. It's all or nothing for Serral. And again, I wasn't really expecting Serral to go for an all-in game 1, but yeah, we're going for it. We're sending it back. Catching out the Oracle. Oracle does barely survive. Creep is spreading. Serral moving in. Going for the kill. Likewise, Ling drop towards the natural, Ling drop towards the main. Let's go, a tri-pronged attack. We have the main army causing a distraction. Storm is done, bear that in mind. Storms are available. Storms they pop up here on the Roach Ravager. Nice connection. Another storm mainly zones away. Lings are dropped to the middle lines. Cannons, they're in position. Very nicely done. Very nice setup here by MaxPax. He's ready with the cannons. Roach Ravager diving in the stasis. Up! Ooh, massive stasis goes off. Oh my god! The main army is caught, and with that, Serral is running out of steam. Yes, he is maxed out, but most of his army is not doing anything. And MaxPax, he's holding. Forces back the Queens, forces back the Roaches. Serral is running out of steam. The stasis is about to run out. Can he surround the army? Needs more time. Needs a little bit more time, but MaxPax, he's all over this. We'll lose an Archon. One Archon goes down, but again, that's 4 Immortals. 4 Immortals for MaxPax. Serral trying to commit. Ooh, the brutal. Those are brutal storms. The storms are brutal. Oh, another storm popping up. And MaxPax, he's holding. He is holding on. He's got, what, 6 Immortals? Jesus. That is just so many. This Roach army, I mean, it just can't do much here. Takes out the Archon. Oh, not even. Files, they graze the Immortals. Diving on the main army. Nice juggling here by MaxPax. Once again, he just shuts down the Roaches. Files do connect. But remember, Serral, he was at 200 supply. He was up, what, 40, 50 army supply? And it doesn't matter. Again, the soup lies, Pappy. The soup does lie. And just like that, MaxPax, he holds, and MaxPax is getting ahead. He's skyrocketing ahead at this point. Serral is being outscaled. He's being outscaled over time here. It's getting worse and worse for the Zerg. He's just now droning, throwing down a Bailey Nest, getting to +2 melee. But this is all late for Serral. And MaxPax, he has the superior army. And he's snowballing out of control. He can just move out. He can A move at this point. He's moving out. And Serral barely has anything to defend. Again, we saw how close the fight was when Serral was up 50 supply. How does it look when they even in supply? It's not gonna be pretty. Let me tell you. As MaxPax, he's pushing in. Massive storm on the Ravagers. 4th base goes down, and honestly, MaxPax, he can just keep going. He can just keep pushing. Takes down the 4th, he can go for the 3rd. Drop load into the main. Distracting MaxPax, the cannon was dealt with. They can just keep going. There it is. GG gets called. There is nothing left for Serral after the failed all-in. He just got outscaled, and MaxPax takes a lead. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax does take a lead in the series. Again, I myself was shocked to see Serral go for an all-in. It's not really his MO. It's not really what he's known for here. It does make sense because he did lose quite a lot early on, so he just committed into an all-in. But as we saw, it is so difficult to break through a defending player like that, especially with all those Archons, with all the High Templar, with the Storms, with the NG Overcharge, allowing for extra Storms as well. Likewise, shout out to MaxPax for having cannons in position. The Ling drop into the main, Ling drop into the natural did nothing as there were cannons ready and warpins available. So very solid defense here by MaxPax. And with that, MaxPax takes a lead. does take lead in the series. Looking at the vetoes, Serral, you got rid of the larger maps, you got rid of Neo Violet Square, got rid of King's Cove, makes sense. We have MaxPax getting rid of the smaller map in Whistles of Gold, and also the exposed map in Frostline. So the vetoes make plenty of sense as we're getting into game number 2. Hello? Production? Looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication. It's fine, don't worry about it. As we're about to get into game 2. Just a little bit premature. It's fine. Don't worry, it happens to the best of us. It's fine. As we're gearing up for that second game, we're going to be loading into a much larger map, loading into Abyssal Reef. Now, I'm a little bit concerned here. We have seen Serral fall in the late game against Protoss, and based on his vetoes, he wants to avoid that, right? If vetoed at Neo Violet Square and King's Cove, those are some of the largest maps in the map pool. Alongside them, Abyssal Reef. That's where we're headed now. That is where we're headed next. And here we go in the bottom right-hand corner, we have MaxPax for Psystorm. In the top left, we have Serral for Basilisk. Here we go. And again, this map favors the mid game, favors the late game. It is a very defendable map. You're able to get up to your 2, 3, 4, 5 base setup here. I do think that this is going to favor MaxPax coming into this, and the pressure is going to be on Serral to fight back and to try to overcome the map and MaxPax. Oh boy. It's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy here. I'm unopposed. I'm opposed to Serral going for an all-in 2 games in a row. I don't think that's going to be a wise move here, especially on Abyssal Reef. So I expect to see something different. If we see aggression, maybe it's going to be, off of 3 or 4 bases. We could definitely see that. We could see Serral trying to pull MaxPax apart. But again, it is going to be very difficult to do that here on Abyssal Reef. So I'm excited to see what his answer is to the problem that is MaxPax on this map. Here we go. And so far we are going to be settling in. Based on the pylon placements, we could see something different. I mean, it should be a Stargate opener, but the pylon is closer to the main base instead. As a result, we might see a Void Ray opener instead of an Oracle. True. May see that out of MaxPax, as the Stargate has been placed. Is routed across the map. Okay. Is routed across. Should be an Oracle. For now, Serral getting to his hatch gas pool, joining up, saturating his bases, and soon to be embracing a third. Here we go. As the Stargate is done, we have our initial unit of choice. What do you have for us, MaxPax? What's it going to be? Adapter Shade in. It is going to be the Oracle. Oracle opener out of our Protoss. Serral still droning, and we're just going to be embracing a longer game state here. As we mentioned, we don't really expect too much aggression here on Abyssal Reef. It's just difficult to make work. If you recall, last time we cast on this map was Reyna versus Hero, where Reyna went for a Link Queen Nidus all-in. But again, it took a really long time to really get going, and it kind of petered out a little bit faster as well. The map isn't doing you any favors if you do try to be aggressive. As Serral pokes in, does get eyes on the third. Is aware of the opener, aware of the build. Forcing back the Oracle. Not bad, just keeping MaxPax busy. Keeping him busy back at home. Behind us, Serral settling in. Droning, we have the queens in position at the natural base. Spores are finishing up as well. The oracles have been activated, but so far Serral should be able to keep up. As the queens are ready. And behind this, a Forge and a Twilight Council looks like +1 and Blink. Last game we saw MaxPax open up with an Archon drop. Here, standard opener into +1 and Blink Stalkers. If this were to be another Archon drop, we'd be seeing a Robo already. And there is no Robo. Nice flyby though, catching 4 drones. 4 workers going down. MaxPax, he pulls away. Safety Roach Horn timing. 5-minute Roach Horn here for Serral. Just being safe. This time there's no early Evo Chamber, no early +1 melee. Instead, just straight Roaches. Which is a little bit surprising. Do you have a Gateway Explosion? I believe we're getting up to 5, maybe 6 gateways here for MaxPax. We'll keep an eye on that to see if he throws out any more. So far, he's settling in. I mean, if MaxPax were to be the one to be hyper-aggressive here, I mean, that would be a nice twist to things on Abyssal. To maybe catch Serral being too greedy. Okay, well, the queens, they do engage. You do have that safety Roaches on the way. Evo Chamber +1. From here, we're keeping an eye out to see if MaxPax takes gases and goes for a 4th base. There it is. Gases are being taken. He is macroing up. With this MaxPax, he can now afford either further tech into Storm or into Disruptors, one or the other. Link Scout does confirm the gases, so Serral knows. And Serral responds with a Spire. Throws down the Spire instantly. He is safe to do so. Now, this Spire opener here, the Spire response, I do like quite a bit, but of course, there's Blink Stalkers. You know, there is a lot of anti-air available. We'll see if it goes unscattered. Oh no, we lost Serral! No! I just realized. We lost the cams. Ah. His posture, though, looking good. He's staring down MaxPax. Ah. As MaxPax, he's poking in. Again, he has no intention to commit. He's taking up into Charge, into +1, into Archon and Storm. Is taking up. Serral, he makes sure there is no 4th. There should be. No 4th base yet. MaxPax rotating around. Just applying pressure, picking up wings. Again, good trades. Just good trades overall. Stasis is baited out, and he does force the blink. And Serral holds. Again, just a dance here between the main armies. Nothing too really committed, nothing too intense. Spire is unscattered, and we have 10 mutas on the way. Okay, we're back. Serral is back. And MaxPax, he has no idea. Again, still taking up. Robo's on the way. Storm has begun. Is getting a safety cannon, thankfully, at the natural. Safety cannon's on the way. Serral, he commits across the map. Now, this should just be to distract. To keep MaxPax on the ground army. Away from the mutas. But the cannon is done. I believe the main base is exposed. As that is going to be 10 mutas. Dipping into the main. Yeah, no cannon in position. Probe's going to be going down. So far, good damage here by Serral. Does get in. That's already going to be 6 probes going down. Already quite successful. Rotates over towards a 3rd. Gets another 2 probes. 8 in total. Ooh. Will bleed out a handful of mutas, but so far so good. Again, he's keeping MaxPax busy. Behind this, Serral taking into Hydras and Lurkers and Hive. So Hive and Lurker tech on the way here for Serral. He just needs more time. Needs more time to tech up. Muta's keeping the army busy. MaxPax is being active. I mean, Serral, he is vulnerable. Uh-oh. Serral, he's maxed out. He's maxed out with a subpar army. Once again, he needs time for Lurkers. MaxPax does need more time. Muta's getting caught out. Nicely done. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. Ooh. 2. 2 mutas go down. MaxPax pushing in. Does move in. Mutase do catch out one of the Archons. Decent storm. There's what, at least 3 storms left? At least. So plenty of storms available. Nice around here. Nice setup by Serral. Does collapse in. Massive storms though. Oh my god. Storms they pop up. There's still more storms left. Serral, he's in trouble. Files they do connect. MaxPax pushing in. Going for the expansion. Again, he has a storm. When the storm does connect. So the final storm. Storm does connect once again. Mutase dive in. And MaxPax is going to be forced back. He's out of storms. And without them, Serral holds. Whew. Oh, god. The stasis, though. But Serral, he should hold on. He forces back the army. He saves the expansion and losing 2 drones. Very nicely done here. Serral, he defends. And now he gets away with Lurker Tech. In a much better position. And that was a big commitment here by MaxPax. He lost everything. He saved his Stalkers, yes, but he lost the War Prism, lost the High Templar. And now Serral, he's maxed. He's maxed this time with a much greater army with Lurkers. Hive upgrades on the way, of course. We can see MaxPax now taking it to Sky Toss, but this is late. There's a late Fleet Beacon, late Sky Toss. Serral has momentum. He's moving in. Again, that push from MaxPax had to do more damage. He had to at least break the expansion, but he didn't. Didn't get the base. The Lurkers have arrived. Dancing with the army. Lurkers get behind the mineral line. Probes going down. Mining is denied. Fleet Beacon just now about to finish. Just now finishing up. MaxPax trying to respond. Will take down the Lurkers. Gets 1, he gets 2. The main army pushes in. Ooh, 1 Lurker goes down. But again, MaxPax not quite ready, not quite in position. And Serral is going for the natural. At least trying to. Is within range. Is getting within range. Slowly pushing in. Likewise, Zealot Runby is going to be deflected. So he defends. He defends back at home. We do get a nice surround though. Ooh, but still some rough trades here for MaxPax. Does lose his Stalkers. Will shut down the Lurkers at least. They try to waddle away. And 2 of them will escape, just barely. They try to get away. Once again, there's Serral. He is maxed. Diving in the army, catching out 1 High Templar. Motherships on the way from MaxPax. And Serral, he is still yet to break a base. He wants one though. Does 1 expansion. Once again behind the mineral line. And going for the 4th. Coming in from both angles. And MaxPax, he has to retreat. Has to pull away. This expansion, it should go down. Yeah, it should be falling at the same. Yeah, the expansion does fall at the same time. Still, he rotates over towards the natural, busts into the mineral line. He has control of the ramp, and he's just pulling MaxPax apart. He has done it. He has pulled it off. Oh, the Spine Charge on brutal. The High Templar going down. The Mothership comes in, but too little, too late. There is detection. And MaxPax, he crumbles. GG gets called. Serral ties up the series 1-1. Whew. GG. GG, well played, and not an easy game. Not an easy game here for Serral. Again, he was pinned against the wall. We saw that MaxPax had momentum in his way, but the Muta opener, the Spire play here, I should say, for Serral was actually quite well done. Did kill a lot of workers, did distract it by time. We saw that it was still quite close though, and MaxPax almost broke Serral before Lurker Tech. That was the best moment, the best opportunity for MaxPax, but he barely did not break through. He did not get into all the bases, did not touch the economy, and Serral held. He held, he got into Lurker Tech, and he snowballed from there. A big reason for this is because MaxPax was basically all in. MaxPax, he had decided to delay any tech. He decided to delay his upgrades, delay his his Skytoss tech as well, in favor of trying to kill Serral then and there. He was committed, he was all in. The moment that he didn't kill Serral, he snowballed out of control. Snowballed out of control from that moment with his Lurkers. GG. GG, well played with that. Serral does fight back. And we have a tied series. We're tied 1-1, and we'll see who takes the lead as we load into Ley Lines. A much smaller map in the map pool. Much smaller map. Hello, is this a clean feed or are you observing? This is a clean feed. For those that are curious, whenever we cast an SCBoy tournament, this is Masters Coliseum, Stars War 11, alongside WTL, it is all via a clean feed. So I do not have control over the production or the observing. Just as a heads up. But thank you for asking. As we get into game number 3. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have Ley Lines. On Ley Lines, we have MaxPax. In the bottom left, we have Serral for Basilisk. Here we go. But yes, this is all via clean feed. And it's thanks to the clean feed that we're able to have our player cams, for example. MaxPax looking well rested. You know, he just woke up. Ready to game. Surrounded by the Dragon Balls. Love to see it. As we have our initial Hatch Gas Ball, standard opener out of Serral. Likewise, MaxPax settling in as well. Here we go. It means when things go wrong, we can say it wasn't our fault. True, true. Kappa. I mean, there's rarely any production issues when it comes to WTL. I mean, sometimes the clean feed is a little bit dirty, but that's because, as you can imagine, when it comes to the SCBoy production team, they have to filter it through a VPN, and sometimes it's a little bit unstable. That has occurred in WTL before, where the clean feed is just buffering and dropping, but it's more of a rarity. Thankfully, it is more of a rarity here. Was the feed dirty or clean? Today it's clean. Today they have washed, Pappy. They have washed their feed. It's all good. No. For now, though, we are settling in. And again, as we load into Ley Lines, aggressive play is more viable here on this map, just because the rush distance by ground is shorter and the bases are more exposed and more vulnerable here compared to Abyssal Reap. So we could see either player be more aggressive. And that does include Serral. As a reminder, if you were here for game 1, Serral did go for an all-in on Amygdala. Did fail, but he went for it. So clearly he's willing to go all-in, willing to be aggressive against MaxPax. Not saying he has to, but, you know, it's on the table. Has been proven. Behind this, MaxPax is going for a Stargate opener initially into a third base. We'll keep an eye on the timing of the Twilight Council and the Forge to see if MaxPax does head into a different direction. Here we go. But yes, it is sometimes a little bit frustrating when the player names aren't inverted or they aren't aligned with where they are in the map. It happens. It happens. It can sometimes be confusing when casting. True. Happens from time to time. Yeah, but it's fine. We make do. We make do. As MaxPax is taking his third, likewise is being active on the map, threatening a dive. It's going to be on Serral to keep up. See shades into the mineral line, clearing up some creep. Tumors are going down. He does miss the one active tumor, just barely. This time, fast Evo Chamber out of Serral, going into +1 melee. And part of me wants to be like, oh, fast +1 melee. Ling Hydra? We have yet to experience Ling Hydra so far in this series, so we'll hold on that. We'll hold off on that, I should say. But at least it's going to be very Ling focused. Can lead into, of course, Spire and Mutas, into Hydras, into Roaches for support. Keep an eye on Serral. Behind this Forge and a Twilight Council, this should be +1 and Blink. Remember, typically if it's an Archon-based opener, we should be seeing a delayed Forge and a faster Robo. Likewise, if it's going to be Adepts, we wouldn't see a Forge. And if it was going to be Charge, I feel like we'd be seeing this a little bit earlier as well. But we'll keep an eye on MaxPax. As we have the 4-gate explosion behind this. Getting up to 6 gateways. On 3 bases. Overlord Scout will confirm the tech. There's +1 on the way. And there is Blink. So far, so standard. To have a 5-minute lair timing at a Serral, so nicely timed lair. Still no Roach Warren, bear that in mind. The longer this goes on without a Roach Warren, the more I'm leaning towards Ling Hydra. Which again, we haven't seen yet today out of Serral, but this would be his moment. There it is, safety Roach Warren, never mind. Roach Warren has in place. Now, this could just be for show. Typically, you want a Roach Warren at around 5 minutes, so if your opponent is being aggressive, if MaxPax was going for charge instead, then you would have access to Roaches to defend. Ooh, but if you saw that, I believe the Roach Warren was cancelled. Yeah, it did cancel the Roach Warren, starts up the main list, does realize that it's going to be Blink Stalkers, does not need Roaches, which means we should be working towards that further tech, that lair tech, that Hydra Den. Or Spire, true. Like, technically, this could also be Spire play. But it is usually risky to go purely Ling Bane Muta. And there it is. There's the Hydra Den. Ling Hydra from Serral. Let's go. Now, basically what's happening here is that Serral, he's skipping tech. He's skipping Roaches. He's skipping Roach speed and Roach-based upgrades, all in favor of cutting corners, going to faster Hydras, into potentially faster Infestation Pit, into faster Lurkers. That is an option. But now MaxPax moving in. +1 range on the way. Is applying pressure. Serral, he has a lot of Lings across the map. Bailing's morphing in as well, going for the mineral line, and we'll see if MaxPax can keep up. We'll see if he can hold. MaxPax, he does notice. Stalkers, they get surrounded. Blink is not done. Uh-oh. Yeah, Blink is not yet done. So nice engaged. Stalkers are going to be shut down. Blink just now finishing. Shield battery under fire. Bailings, they do not crash in. Not yet. But still lost mining time for MaxPax. And Serral, he saves the Bailings. Does save them. Being active with those Lings. Forces a recall as MaxPax, he was about to be surrounded. He was about to be shut down. Does get the hell out of there. And Serral holds. He does hold on, and what does he get away with? He gets away with Hydras. We have a Hydra range on the way, +1, and there is the Infestation Pit. This tells us that, again, Serral, he's thinking about Lurkers. You don't get a Hive, or you don't get Infestation Pit without Hive in the mind, without Lurkers as well. So Serral is rushing into Lurker tech. There is going to be a window, though, where Serral is vulnerable. Before he gets Lurkers, MaxPax could try to break out. If you remember, it was a very similar story on Abyssal Reef, where MaxPax, he tried to break and kill Serral before Lurkers, and he failed to do so. As Storm is almost done. Serral, he's looking to max out, droning up, getting his 4th base saturated. There's the tech, Hive, and the Lurker Den. And it looks like MaxPax, he will move that first. What I mean by that, War Prism's on the way. Storm's popping up. Ooh, on the Lings. Nice Storms. Saves the High Templar. Oof. 1 High Templar goes down. And does force an Archon. Nice moves here by Serral. Very nice damage. And again, all that Serral's doing is trying to buy time. He's just trying to buy time for Lurker tech. Meanwhile, the Prism has arrived, which means MaxPax, he should soon be pushing. Should soon be moving out. As the War Prism is here to reinforce. There we go. There's that move out. But is it too late? Now, thankfully, this time MaxPax, he is so fast to throw down the Fleet Beacon. Fleet Beacon's on the way. That should be for the Mothership. That should be for Skytos. Much sooner compared to Abyssal Reef. But doesn't matter because Lurkers are morphing in. Prism towards the north side. Serral's ready. He has plenty of Ling Bane. Likewise, MaxPax, he pokes in, runs into more Lings. Lurker upgrades are on the way. And Serral, he's defending. Does roll in towards the mineral line. Ooh, doesn't quite connect. Lurkers are revealed. Spire is on the way. I believe this should be set up for Corruptors, for Skytoss. So very fast tech out of Serral, as he is maxed out. Oh, leaving out one Lurker. One Lurker goes down. Serral once again going for a Baneling Rumba. There is a Stasis. Stasis does go off. Massive connection on the Lings and on the Banelings. Very nice setup here. Very nice defense. 2 more Stargates on the way. That's going to be triple Stargate production. Fleet Beacon is done. Mothership in production as well. MaxPax, he just needs a little bit more time to embrace that Sky Toss. He's almost there. Likewise, with all these Lurkers morphing in, Serral, he should soon be pushing out. He should soon be committing. As both armies are maxed. The Lings are being shot down. Nice storms. As MaxPax, he's just purely teching. He's just teching up. Getting more upgrades. Greater Spires on the way. Lings, they hit the center expansion. Banelings rolling in as well. Not quite. Serral pulls back. Lurkers moving forward. Again, the Sky Toss is not ready yet. A storm swapping up. He takes down 2 of the Lurkers. But Lings, they hit the expansion. Ooh, that is a kill. It's a kill, not a cancel. That's we go through by Serral. Mothership is revealed. Corruptors are already on the way. And again, Serral, he's not really committing to any kind of major aggression. He's just slowly refining his army. Taking up. Getting +2. Getting the Greater Spire. 13 Corruptors. Just focusing on purely Ling Bane harass instead. Does roll in. Oh! Later reaction here by MaxPax. Losing 5 Workers. Serral, he rotates, going for the fresh mining base. Getting the 5th. Trying to contain MaxPax. As the Tempest Scout is getting higher, Corruptors are revealed. We're still lacking air upgrades here for Serral, which is a little bit concerning. He has the Greater Spire, but no +1. There it is. +1 flyer attack. Neural as well for the Infestors. Burrow being researched. Serral getting ready for the late game. Is getting ready. Army gets spotted. Does Serral have enough? Now no major commitments. Ling Bane coming in from the right hand side, sorry, from left. Does come in for a flank. Forcing out the Storms. Storms are looking good. They shut down the Banelings just barely. But some Templar do go down. He dives on the Tempest. The Tempests are exposed. Where's the Mothership? And Mothership's not here. The main army towards the left hand side. And the Tempest count is going to be reset. Massive catch here for Serral. Doesn't quite get all the Tempest though. Yeah, some of the Tempests do survive. Top left hand base goes down. At the same time, Zealot run by 10 drones falling. And Serral is just not quite in position. Does rotate. Is trying to. Serral getting pulled apart. Tempest army moves in. Serral having a hard time. And the expansion, it's going to go down. Massive pickup. Takes down the base. Lings, they come in first round. Do we have a storm? Not quite. And there's the recall. Another Tempest falls. As MaxPax, he does move in towards the center. Lurkers not quite where they need to be. So going for a counterattack, going for the Nexus. Nexus should be going down. Yeah, even with all these Tempests, doesn't matter. The base falls, containing MaxPax on 4 bases. Likewise, Serral trying to expand. Trying to stabilize. Get intense fights on both sides. Could still go either way. Max actually still maintains most of his Tempests. Somehow he saved most of them. Making more Tempest. Getting to his Skytoss High Templar Archon army. He's getting there. Uh-oh. As Serral's going for a Doom Drop with a Tempest. I hear. Oh. Does distract. Tempest, they missed the drop just barely. Oh my god. He gets in. He's going for the main. Recall is on cooldown. Was just used on the Tempest, if you remember. But that might have been the Mothership recall. I'm not too certain. Lings, they hit the center expansion. MaxPax pushing in. And do we commit? And Cloak going to be activated. Corruptors, they dive on the Mothership. Mothership is going to go down. Nice pickup. Mothership does fall at the same time. The main base is on fire. The Stargates, the Fleet Beacon, the Nexus all going down. And MaxPax, he's committed. He's pushing on the left-hand side. Drop Lord's getting away. Corruptors have arrived. 6 Infestors on the way as well. Remember, Neural is research. He has Neural available. He can Neural. Again, the Archons are making things a little bit awkward when it comes to engaging. Instead, Serral threatening a run by. Gonna be forced back. MaxPax taking down another expansion. I mean, both armies are still maxed out. And MaxPax, he has the greater bank. More bases falling. Serral, he's struggling. He doesn't really have much map presence. Another base goes down. Oh. Serral's down to 5 bases. And MaxPax, he finally gets a 4th. Or a 5th even. Jesus. On 5 bases. And Serral, he's struggling, to be honest. He's burning through his bank. Sure, he killed a bunch of buildings in the main, but that may not matter, as he has no economy. He has no resources here. Serral, he's down to 69 workers. Nice, but not really. it's not really much of an economy. Spore's going down. There's potential with these Neurals. He's coming in. What is he going for? The Tempest. Tempest get Neuraled. He kills 1. And we'll take down the others. Ooh, massive storms going up. Tempest do go down. And how many are left? Like, what, 3 Tempest? So very nice fight here by Serral. I believe MaxPax did not rebuild all of his Stargates, but there we go. 2 Tempests on the way. And MaxPax, he should have this. As what's important, even though he's been bleeding out some Tempests here, he has a bank. He can rebuild. Serral cannot. This all comes down to just a lack of expansions, a lack of economy for Serral. You can see here, no mining in the center base. Nice. Oh my, nice fungal. Very nice fungal. Broodlord's morphing in. MaxPax rotating. Yeah, he's going to be rotating, and again, all MaxPax has to do is just deny the base, deny the expansions, deny the bases here of Serral. That is his win condition. He doesn't have to push in. So he's trying to mine, emphasis on trying. Losing more workers. Broodlords have morphed in. Let's go. We have a tented Broodlord Infestor. I still do favor the Tempest setup though. As mining is denied. Takes down the gas geyser, takes down more drones. MaxPax, he rotates back around. Losing a handful of workers, but he should be able to expand. Likewise, Serral double expanding himself. No, won't be able to. What is that? 7 Tempest. Now, despite things looking bleak for Serral, he can take a fight. It comes down to the neurals. Like, if he can engage, if he can neural the Tempest and turn the tables here on MaxPax, he can take a fight. But it's not going to be easy. Storms a zone back the army, once again getting on top of the low ground expansion. Denying mining. Oh, Fungal goes off. Likewise, being run by across the map. 2 Templar going down, and 2 Archons. Very nice pickoffs. 2 Archons and 2 Templars. Efficient trades here by Serral. MaxPax losing an expansion. Being run by is attempted. Table the turns. Table them. Table everything. Viper on the way as well. Basically, Serral is hoping for one big fight to go his way. But MaxPax just has to play it slow. Just play it slow. Take down base after base. Oof. Catching out some of those lurkers. Fungal going off, getting 1 Archon, getting an Immortal as well. Not bad. Gets an Immortal, gets a 2nd Archon. Lurkers towards the top side. MaxPax out of position. There's the recall. Serral has to get the hell out of there. Does pull away. Center expansion getting very low. It's getting low. MaxPax, he can go for the snipe. Still more infestors loading in, or spawning in even. Infestors coming in for a flank. Oh, they're going for the neurals. Fungal does connect. There's the recall. Whew. Saves the army. 1 Tempest goes down. We have a recall towards the south, actually. And he's going for the base. He's going for the kill. This expansion is going to go down. And we're going for the base trade. Serral, he commits trading a base for a base. Oh, the mineral line. No, the drones. Drones are left behind. Infestors have potential. Fungal going up. There's a counter slow zone. Tempest, they shut down those lurkers, or at least they can. Oh, the microbial shroud. Let's go. Well, that's 22 drone kills. The economy for Serral is in shambles. The microbial shroud does nothing against this many Tempest. Tempest, they pop off, taking down another base. Still better trades for MaxPax. And again, MaxPax, he still has a bank. Could do with some warp-ins, but again, he has a bank. There we go, 5 High Templar warping in. Northern base was denied, but we can just expand towards the south. And Serral's army isn't getting any bigger. It's not getting bigger here. He's down to what, just under a two base economy. So he wants those neurals. Oh, feedback's going up. Nice feedbacks. Tempest moving in. Just bullying the army. And at this point, I was talking about Serral looking for a big fight. He's hoping that MaxPax makes a mistake at this point. Like, MaxPax, if he doesn't make any mistakes, he should take this. Like, Serral is hoping for an overextension. Hoping that the army's left idle. Or, like, again, like, he has a pretty decent army here for a good fight, but, like, it has to go overwhelmingly in Serral's favor to keep going. Oh! Here come the infestors. to threaten. Lurker goes down. You can see he's fishing for those fungals. Hoping to catch out his opponents. Serral does take another base, but here comes the army. Nice revelations. Ooh. Catching a Broodlord. Mothership can go for the recall. Corruptors are on patrol. Corruptors a pull away. Decent fungal, goes for a neural. There's the recall. And I believe that's the recall towards the south. Yeah, towards the south, going for the bases. Serral out of position. Does catch a couple of oracles. And from here, MaxPax, he can snipe this base and then recall again. Shows the recall. Up. Pulls back. There it is. He's stacked. From here, he could recall, but no, he just walks back. Can still be active. Has a recall if he needs it. Still taking more bases, double expanding. Serral's main army still looking terrifying. Like, one good fight is all the Serral needs. How many infestors? 8. 8 infestors, soon to be 9. 9th infestor on the way. Technically, he could neural every Tempest. More importantly, though, he should be neuraling the Archons and a handful of Tempests as well. Could always try to neural a High Templar and feedback the others. Again, there's a lot of options. As the center expansion is going to be denied. Oh! Do you see MaxPax coming in for a plank? He tries to. Base goes down. As carriers are on the way. MaxPax still just refining his army. Poking in. As it's one of those things where, like, both players are doing the correct thing. It's like Serral, he has to wait for the best fight possible. He cannot engage ahead of time. Otherwise, things just going to go south. Speaking of, a lot of lurkers going to be going down. Ooh, expensive losses here for Serral. Is that 3-4 lurkers falling? Main armies, they almost clash. Catching an Oracle. Nice pickup. Without an Oracle, no more Revelations. We have another Oracle on the way. Broodlords, they head towards the northern base. And they're forcing MaxPax to respond. And you have to save the expansion. Tempest, they do poke forward. They catch one Brood. They get a Broodlord. Corruptors, they overextend. Corruptor goes down. But the Nexus is going to fall. At the same time, though, Max actually does gain ground towards the south. Impressive. Gets another Broodlord, moving in. Okay, just pulling Serral apart. Serral just having a hard time keeping up. Oh, Tempest. He has to back off. There's one neural. One Tempest goes down. Gets a neural another. The chain fungals. Massive catch. There's a recall, but Alessi won't be able to save us. 3-4 Tempest going down. Very nice catch. And can Serral keep going? He's going for it. Does go for it. Takes out all the stack defense. Looking for another Tempest. Barely doesn't get one. But a very nice fight here for Serral. Killed, what, 4 Tempest? Likewise, taking down another expansion as well. Oh, just barely not. But Max actually has to rebuild his Tempest army, making 3 Tempests at a time. I mean, Serral, he did have some resources. Oh, Storm's going up. And he's going for the dive. He commits. Corruptors, they go in. They go for one of the carriers. They get the mothership as well. And can he break through? Nice Neurals. Neurals on the carriers. And Serral, he will barely take this fight. The Neurals, they do run out. Tempest, they pull away. But there's still a terrifying army here for Serral. He's pushing in. And he still has a couple of Neurals. Oh. Can still Neural. Can still Fungal. Neural going off in the Archon. And Fester goes down. Storm from behind. This army, what are we doing out here? MaxPax is going to lose everything. Yeah, the Archons, the Immortals, massive pickoffs. Serral, can he send it? Can he keep going? He's had enough waiting. Oh my god. Nice Fungal. Very nice Fungal. Chain Fungal as well. Where are the power bombs? Not quite. Fungal runs out. Tempest, they kite away. And Serral, he will take down the expansion. At the same time, though, MaxPax, he still has a bank to work with. But he needs gas. Does need more Tempest. Oh. The Corruptors do overextend. Oh no! Oh my god. Massive Archon shot. Archon shot goes off. And GG gets called! Despite having a bit of a bank here, Serral, he does take it back. Oh my god. You can see Serral. He's like, phew. Did you see that face? He's like, oh my god, get me out of here. And he's gone. GG, well played. A very, very intense game. Again, really patient play there out of Serral. Very patient. Was able to pick off the army and did break MaxPax in the end. GG. Whew, oh my god. Very intense. I just love the bewildered look by Serral. Like he even you can see he's looking at the score screen 100%. You can see him looking at this. He's squinting. He's smiling. He's like, mate, I should be dead. 100%. MaxPax, he was ahead. He was ahead. He had a better economy. He had the better army as well. MaxPax playing it slow, and it does look like Serral, he's aware of that as well. Whew. Comes out with the win. GG. He's like, thank God. Oh my god. The facial that's like the most emotion we've seen out of Serral in quite some time. That was great. It was beautiful. Nervous breakdown from MaxPax. His camera went up and he freaked out. Let's go. Let us go. And again, towards the end, MaxPax, he did have like a 2k mineral bank, but he was out of gas. Like, he was running out of gas, and the reality is, against a Brood Lord army, you do need that gas to keep up your Tempest count, to keep up your Sky Toss. Serral, he ran away with it. Let's go. And Serral, he needs one of us. One more win here to take it all. One more. I'm just loving Serral's reactions, even here. Oh my god. As we're getting into El Dorado. I thought MaxPax was winning. He was. You thought so because he was. Yes, that is true. He was winning. He was doing well. I mean, we saw a lot of moments go awry for MaxPax. We'll get into it. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have MaxPax for Sidestorm Gaming. In the bottom right, we have Serral for Basilisk. But there's a lot that went wrong real quick, if you recall. One, there was some big fungals called out the Tempest. But if you remember, we saw that MaxPax, it looked like he was trying to flank the army with his High Templar and Archons. If you recall, he had like 3 High Templar and 3 Archons and an Immortal. They got caught out in the open, and that got cleaned up as well. Like, there was just a really chaotic turn of events. It was like a chaotic like minute or two, where just everything went south for MaxPax. where Serral, he dove on the main army, caught out the Tempest, caught out some of the ground toss as well, took down the base, got another wave of fungals. If you recall, MaxPax, he tried to recall to save some of his Tempest and he failed to do so. He lost like 3 Tempests in the process as well. Like, a lot happened real quick. And GG, well played with that. As Serral, he is a 1 game away from taking the series. I noticed that Serral got bathing speed kind of late. Does he always do that or a mistake? Bathing speed isn't really too important in this matchup. Bathing speed is only a factor when it comes to harassing. When it comes to like harassing mineral lines, it's not really a part of the main army. So that was intentional. Like it's not a priority really. I guess it depends on your army composition. If Serral was going Ling Bane Roach Ravager, then sure, but it's not really too much of a factor. Like, you're better spending your gas elsewhere. Especially early on. Oh. Sorry, just settling in. Just settling in from here. Behind this, another standard opener, going for the Stargate. Going for a gate expand into Stargate out of MaxPax. And we'll see how our players do play this out. Now, welcome one and all to El Dorado, a very unique map in the map pool. Depending on how you expand, it does kind of dictate the pace of the game. We can see Serral expanding towards his opponent, towards MaxPax. And MaxPax, I believe, has yet to mine through those minerals, and as a result, may expand towards the top side instead. Now, if both players expand towards each other, it can favor all-ins. We've seen a lot of all-ins work quite well here on this map if both players go for the triangular location. Otherwise, we could see something different here. Void Ray open out of MaxPax. Now, we have seen MaxPax rush into Tempest more than once on El Dorado. The reason why this works, of course, is because of the short rush distance by ground. Very short rush distance by ground. It's going to be a Void Ray open out of MaxPax. Now, we know that he's gone into Tempest here before. Serral does as well, and that is the purpose of the Void Ray. The Void Ray is not really designed, I mean, it can lead you into Tempest, or it can fake it out and hide your tech. That's what's important here. Serral, upon seeing this Void Ray in the back of his mind, is it a Fleet Beacon? Is it a Twilight Council? Is it something aggressive? Is it something crazy? Or is it a standard game? Is it a standard setup? The power of the Void Ray is that it does shroud you in ambiguity, and it does keep you hidden from your opponent. As the Void Ray is hunting down Overlords, denying the vision here of Serral. MaxPax going for the linear third. Does expand towards the top side. And we'll see if he goes for any early tech. Speaking of early tech, that's an Evo Chamber out of Serral. That should be for +1 melee. +1 melee on the way. Or at least it should be. Void Ray taking a lot of hits. The Nexus is almost halfway done. It looks like MaxPax is not hiding any tech. Otherwise, we would have seen something by now as 3 drones go down. Very nice damage. Very nice pickups. The Oracle does survive, catches a couple of active tumors, and pulls away. Meanwhile, ooh, MaxPax, he missed the Overlord. Serral, he slips in, and Serral, he sees everything in the main. Or I should say, he sees that there is nothing in the main. He also confirms that there's nothing being made from the Stargate, so he knows that it's going to be more or less, you know, gateway focused. Is where there's no Sky Toss. Behind this, there's melee, as we mentioned. We do have a 5-minute lair here out of Serral. Standard timings into, of course, the bit of a later Roach Warren. Just being safe. We can see Serral attempting to go for the gold. Ooh, I believe the tumor is in the way, which is a little bit unfortunate. As one drone goes down, Serral going for the linear 4th instead. Going for the 4th expansion, we have a bit of a gateway explosion behind this for MaxPax, going to +1 and blink. So far, so good. Oh, share my papi, share my. Serral, he's still trying to be active here with his Lings. 20 more Lings in production. With this, he can threaten the third and threaten the fourth. Ooh, into a fast infestation pit. That I was not expecting. Now, okay, something that we have seen from Zerg players, I was mentioning earlier, because of the terrain of the map, we sometimes see Sky Toss. Suddenly, something like Swarm Host and something like Nidus Swarm Host is viable here. Some Zerg players are very fond of it. Players like Shin, players like Dark. Is Serral willing? Against +1 Blink Stalkers, I'm not too fond of the idea of Swarm Host, but he has +1 range on the way, and I do not see a Hydra Den. Curious. Is Serral willing? I mean, I feel like if we were going Swarm Host, we would already see a Nidus Swarm by now. Hive. Okay. Is going into Hive. So fast Hive, and now into a Hydra Den. Now, this looks like the Hydra Den is really just there to tech into Lurkers. He doesn't really want to invest too heavily here into a Hydra-based army. As Serral, this Hive is much faster than last game. So very fast Hive here by Serral. We'll see if we can make use of it. Lings, they hit the fourth. They go for this round. Can they force a cancel? Not quite. MaxPax in position. 20 more Lings in production. Storm is on the way. Once again, MaxPax taking the same direction. There's no Immortals, there's no Colossus, no Disruptors. Just +1 Blink into Storm and Archons. Meanwhile, Hydra upgrades on the way. Oh, the efficiency. Oh my god. MaxPax, calm down. We have 7 Hydras being morphed in. Hive is almost done. I believe, did we miss the Lurker Den? It should be on the way. As you do not need the Hive for Lurkers. There it is, Lurker Den just now being morphed in. This is a late Lurker Den for Serral, considering his resources. So MaxPax, he does have a window where he can try to break Serral before Lurkers are ready. Oh. MaxPax will push in. Massive Storm. Storm on the Lings. Prism has arrived. And Serral is vulnerable. Uh-oh. He is vulnerable here. Again, Serral, he has to buy time for Lurkers. As Lurker Den is halfway done. MaxPax pushing in, clearing up creep. Going for the bases. Serral, he rotates. There are at least 3 storms. At least 3 storms available. First one gets run down. Does zone. Does zone the army. Prism's keeping up. Serral trying to set up a surround. Fleet Beacon is on the way. The first wave of Lurkers are morphing in. 3 Lurkers so far. So far, MaxPax doesn't quite commit. Pushing forward. Show us those storms. And first storm, not too bad. Getting us up with the Hydras. Yeah, another storm as well. The Hydras are taking a lot of hits. It looks like there is enough here. There is enough here to defend. Serral, he holds on. He shuts down the High Templar. Takes out the Void Ray. And he holds. Oh, he does hold on. And now he can embrace Lurker Tech. There we go. 7 Lurkers on the way. And how the turns do table. What do we have here? Serral's going to be the first to max out with Hive Tech Lurkers. And now MaxPax has to survive until Sky Toss. Now it is the kind of opposite dynamic here, where MaxPax has to defend and max out with Tempest. 2 more Stargates on the way. First Tempest in production. MaxPax, he needs time. Does need time. This Zealot drop has potential just to distract his opponent. Ooh, the goal base is getting up and running. But Serral, he does get eyes on the Prism. So far, so good. Going for his own Dropalords even. Okay. Dropalords towards the main. Have their Uplink Stalkers ready. Oh. As he's committing to a Doom drop. That is what, 6 Lurkers. I'll be honest, I'm not too confident, considering the army that's waiting for him, but bold move. Storm goes off, shuts down the Lings. Ooh, dropping to the main, 2 Lurkers go down instantly. Yeah, Serral shaking his head. Not too happy about that. Does rotate towards the natural instead. MaxPax out of position. Drop lords do unload, getting into the natural. Lurkers, they forced their way between the bases. So far, good positioning here by Serral. Takes down one of the Tempest. Tempest goes down. Immortal goes down. Serral, he's pushing in. So far, good angle, that is true, but does he have enough? Yeah, the storms are too much. Lurkers are going down. MaxPax holds. MaxPax, he does hold. Serral feels quite committed there. He has to back off. Starts up the Greater Spire. Greater Spire on the way. 12 Corruptors. And once again, just like the previous game, both players have survived, and now we're getting into the late game. We're embracing the late game. Gonna be Hydra, Lurker, Corruptor up against Skytoss with Storm support. Over time, Serral, he wants his Spellcasters, wants to get into Infestors, into Vipers, better upgrades. Likewise, MaxPax, he wants to refine his Skytoss army, building up more Tempest. We're getting there. As we are looking to cut the map in half. Now, thanks to the goal base, Serral, he will have more resources, true. We'll have more resources. Going for another Doom Drop. Bold move. What's the main looking like? Do we still have Stalkers? Is MaxPax still in position? I don't think he is. Lings, they distract. Serral going for the main. I mean, true, if Serral can take control of the production, he can take the game. It's a big Hail Mary play. There are some Stalkers ready for this, though. Some cannons as well. Uh-oh. Is diving in. MaxPax, he's reading this very nicely. For the most part, he does reposition with those Stalkers. Does reposition. Serral diving in. Stalkers, they respond. They take down one Drop Lord full of Lings. Lurkers do borrow. They do borrow in time. They take down the cannon. No detection. It's going for the production, going for the Stargates. MaxPax, he responds with everything. Everything turns back around. Corruptors, they try to catch up with the Tempest. He gets one. Oh, barely not. One Tempest falls. Delaying the main army. One Stargate goes down. Going for the other. And MaxPax going for the base trade. He sends everything across the map. I say everything, the ground army across the map, I should say. Lurkers, they go for at least a Nexus. Main base going down. Corruptors getting picked off. Oof. Going for the Tempest. Trying to at least. And Nidus is on the way. And there's only one Stargate left. One Stargate. Can he get it? Not quite. MaxPax, he does hold, but it does cost him 16 probes. Oh no, the Corruptors! Oh, Corruptors, they run through the main army. Massive loss here for Serral. A lot of Corruptors going down. Did snipe 17 probes. Workers. MaxPax has to rebuild his production. Serral should be the first to remax. Getting into more upgrades. Nidus across the map as well. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Drop Lords, then followed by Nidus, I would imagine. Dropping off the Lings. The Doom Drops, they just continue. Ooh, full Medevac goes down. Medevac, full Drop Lord goes down. Second Drop Lord as well. Yeah, brutal losses here for Serral. And where's that Nidus? Going for the Stargate, going for the Nexus. Nidus towards the top side. But MaxPax is in position, shuts it down. Does get the Stargate. And the expansion. Last more Stargates being rebuilt at the natural. MaxPax's main army still looking solid. MaxPax is still in this. Still very much so in this. Going for the gold. Serral trying to respond. Nice slow zone. Forces Serral back. Trying to get a better angle. And collapsing on the army, forcing out the storms. Storms on the Lurkers. Corruptors, they dive in. And they're going for the Mothership. And the Mothership should eventually go down. Jesus, takes a lot of hits. Mothership does fall. Ground army crumbles. And Serral does catch MaxPax. And he takes down all the Tempest, forces a recall. 3 Tempest escape. And what about the ground army? Oh my god. Archon volleys are brutal. Okay, Archons, they hold their own just barely. A very close fight. MaxPax moving in. Going for the 30, runs into Lings, Ling reinforcements, they should be enough, oh, barely not. Where are the Lurkers, where are the Hydras? Hydras are on the way. Serral, he's burning through his bank. Doesn't really have much left over. MaxPax so much faster rebuild here with Corruptors, sorry, with Zealots. Zealots reinforcing. And Serral, he's in trouble. He just can't really rebuild in time. Serral, he has no mineral bank. Lurkers are morphing in. MaxPax, he will take down top right, and the base is going to fall. There's no saving it. And MaxPax, he might just have too much. Takes down the Nexus. Hatchery. You know what I mean. Hatchery goes down. MaxPax, he can just keep pushing. How many Lurkers are there to defend? I feeling what, 4? Maybe? Nowhere near enough. 8 Lurkers on the way. They need more time. Expansion should go down. Again, the Corruptor army was reset earlier. Without Corruptors, I mean, how do you stop the Tempest? No, you don't. You don't stop the Tempest. 19 drone kills. Base goes down. There's a handful of Corruptors left over, but not enough. Yeah, and Serral is just being pulled apart. He has no money. He has no bank. And we are looking to force the ace match. Unlike the previous game, MaxPax, he has enough of a lead. He is further ahead than previously. Has still an insane army. Serral's still going for the Nidus into the main, doing whatever he can to try to force back the army. But again, it should not matter. Neural's being researched. Base is going to go down. Nice Fungal. Fungal does pop up. But where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-up at this point? Corruptors, they do what they can. Nice kiting here from MaxPax. And there's what? 3 Corruptors left. Oof, down to 2. 2 Corruptors. And Serral's just being overwhelmed. You can see him shaking his head there on cams. It's not looking good. No, not this time. And even though Serral, he just stripped the game away from MaxPax last time, not this time. No shot. I mean, Serral, now he has Neural, now he has some Infestors. True, there is potential. Diving into the main. Forcing back MaxPax, or at least trying to. But the Protoss just has to focus on the push. Focus on the main army. There are 3 Infestors, sorry, 4. 4 Infestors. Oh, the Storms are brutal, and GG gets called. MaxPax, he ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. Whew, GG, oh my god. GG, well played. MaxPax, he does force the ace match against Serral. He was so committed to the Doom drops, and they were quite costly. They were quite costly. Likewise, because he was committing so much of those Doom drops, because there were no Nidus Storms to recall back home to make it back, we saw that MaxPax did so well punishing those move outs as he was able to counterattack, harass time and time again. And Serral just could not keep up with those trades. GG. GG, well played. That leads us into game number 5. The final game is going to be on Ultra Love. Oh my god, Serral, calm down. He's looking disheveled, Bappy. Not happy. Oh my god. I'm telling you, we have seen more emotion in Serral in this series than we have in months. Oh my god. Let's go. It's a new year. It's a new man. A new Serral. We have to calm down, Pappy. We've got to calm down. Again, Ultra Love is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Aggression can be favored. Can still bring it back. That doesn't feel good being Protoss. True, true. We can make it, Pappy. We can make it. we go. As we're getting ready here for that final game. Now, we have seen Serral attempt to all in the past. I love how, like, despite everything that happened, Serral, his hair is still quite, like, well placed. Like, a little bit curving towards the sides, but he got it back where it needs to be. We're good. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have MaxPax for Psystorm Gaming. And in the bottom left, we have Serral for Basilisk. And again, hopefully he can shake off those last games. Hopefully it doesn't get to him. As we have to take a breath, take a moment, calm things down, and get into the ace match. Now, when it comes to Ultra Love, of course, as you mentioned, the rush distance by ground is shorter. That is true. So if you wanted to be aggressive, then aggression can be favored in Ultra Love. When it comes to how defendable the bases are, I mean, we have seen a lot of choke points here on Ultra Love. We've seen a lot of split map scenarios as well. The problem, as we have seen, both in the last game and even in the game before that on ley lines, even on the map that Serral won, MaxPax, clearly he has some impeccable late game army control. And I mean, I say that is typically where Serral struggles. We saw Estrella defeat Serral in the late game. We saw Mana beat Serral in the late game, Hero as well, and also MaxPax. Like, it is difficult to maintain a greater economy and maintain efficiency against a Skytoss army. Not impossible, but it is difficult. I've seen time and time again Serral struggle to build up a bank and struggle to maintain himself against the late game. Against that late game Skytoss. So Serral has been struggling. So what is the answer? Do we avoid the late game? Do we try to end the game early? I mean, we saw what happened on Amygdala. Serral attempted an all-in. He had, like, what, a 50 supply lead? It was either 50 or 60 supply advantage. Still failed to break MaxPax. And this map has a lot of defensive features. We'll see. We'll see where Serral's mind does wander and what he plans to go for. I guess what I'm getting at, after ley lines and after the map we just saw, I don't blame, after El Dorado, of course, I don't blame Serral if he doesn't play standard, if he doesn't try to play to the late game. Like, clearly it's a scenario, it's a situation where he does struggle a little bit more. May try to end it early. Or just take a lead. As for now, Hash Gas Pool into a third. So far, standard opener out of Serral. Likewise, gate expanded to Cybercore into Stargate. Everything looking normal so far. And I don't think MaxPax really needs to deviate. I don't think he has to switch things up. Like third base into +1 and Blink. Into Double Gas, into Storm, into Skytoss. Ooh, never mind. Once again, Void Ray opener. Now, as a reminder, this is how MaxPax did open up on El Dorado. We were talking at the time about how with a Void Ray opener, you can hide your build and you can hide your tech. You don't have to, but you can. Once again, MaxPax going for the Void Ray. Now, last game, MaxPax, he played standard. Got into +1 and Blink despite the Void Ray. This time, he could mix it up. I mean, it is the ace match. It is risky to do that in Game 5. But not impossible. As Void Ray does hunt down the Overlord. This time Serral will not scout. Third base being taken. Ooh, and that is a very fast Twilight Council. This is what we're waiting for. Twilight Council as the third base gets placed. Now, this could be one of two things. This could either be Glaive Adepts. We could rush into Glaive Adepts and be hyper-aggressive here from the side of MaxPax, or this is going to be early Blink and also be hyper-aggressive into an 8-gate 3-base all-in. Now, early Blink is like a bit of a double-edged sword in a sense, or it has multiple uses. Yes, it can lead into an all-in, but also because the Blink finishes so early on, it is designed to defend against a Roach-based all-in, if Serral did commit into Roaches. You know, Oracles they poke in. So far, no major damage. Twilight Council is done, and it is Glaive Adepts. There it is. Glaives are on the way. Now, if Serral skips the Roach Warren. Now, what I should emphasize is that Serral, he hasn't been skipping his Roaches. He has been throwing down Roach Warrens time and time again in every single game at the 5-minute mark. So we have been seeing safety Roach Warrens. So Serral should be okay, assuming he doesn't cut corners. Tumors are going down. And there is that Roach Warren. Again, at the 450 mark. So safe play by Serral. Adepts are banking up. Now, this is not an all-in for MaxPax, but it is committed. This has to do well. This has to trade well. If not, MaxPax, he will fall behind. Isn't meant to end the game, but is meant to give MaxPax a lead. As Serral is droning, doesn't really have many links to work with. Roach Warden is almost done, and he needs those roaches. But he doesn't know. He hasn't seen the army yet. Adepts, they have yet to reveal themselves. They're still behind the natural. And Serral, upon seeing no adepts, he's droning. Uh-oh. He is droning up. Glaive's finishing up in 10 seconds, and MaxPax, he should now move out. Serral, he has 1 roach in production. Let's go. There we go. 10 roaches on the way. But Serral needs time. He just started the roaches. Adepts move out. Oracle and Void Ray as well. Making his way towards a third. And Serral, he evacuates. Roaches are getting caught out. Massive pickup. 1 roach goes down. And he's shading in towards the natural. There's a full wall. The wall is going to be broken. Adepts, they bust in. Roaches are trickling in here to defend. Just in time. Is it going to be enough, though? How much economic damage? How many drones are going to be going down? So far, 3 workers. Likewise, probes falling across the map. Adepts, they shading to the main. Void Ray towards the third. But the roaches, it looks like they have arrived in time. I say that. 10 drone kills. Oh my god. The drones. Where are they going down? Now here at the natural. 11 workers falling. MaxPax, the Oracle does hit the third base. Serral losing too much. 14, 15 drone kills. 16 even. That's a full mineral line. Mineral line goes down, and this is what MaxPax, he was hoping for. The Void Ray still up and running. The Roach counterattack is punished, is denied. And MaxPax, he takes the lead. He's up in workers. He has a more secure economy. Now getting to +1 and blink. And Serral, he's stuck at home. He's stuck at home. He's rebuilding, redroning. Adept says deny mining time to get more drones. 2 more drones going down. Ay, ay, ay. Did I say 2? Getting 3, getting 4. Oh my god. 4 more drone kills. Serral, he is struggling. You can see here 20 kills in total. 20 workers. And you can see here Serral, he wants to do something with these roaches. But against that Void Ray, what can he do? Yeah, he has to pull away. He cannot break the third. Hydras are amassing. Serral, he at least preserves the army. Is still rejoining. Still down in economy. And MaxPax, he's safe, he's secure, getting to +1. Charge, Temple Archives, into Storm. MaxPax looking good. It's looking good so far. Does threaten a dive. So far, Serral is keeping up. Does zone away. MaxPax is going for a roach run by. Not bad. Gets into the mineral line. Takes down the pylon. He will not deny the warp in. But the pylon is going to go down. At the same time, MaxPax going for a counterattack, buzzing in towards a third. Roach Hydra does respond. Forces a recall. Serral, he defends. He does defend. Forces back the army. But nice moves. But again, the pressure is on Serral. Once again, moving in. And going for the fourth. That takes down the stack defense. And he has to get some economic damage. He gets into the mineral line. Probes are going down. Still a lot of Stalkers, though. A lot of Stalkers to defend. Storm is done. And MaxPax is going to hold on. Roaches, they come in from behind. Forcing out the Storm. Storms are being forced out. The high temple, they get exposed. No! MaxPax miscontrol. He rallies in. A 3-out temple, they get thrown away. Massive pickoffs. No more storms. And with that, the 4th base goes down. Massive pickoff. That should not have happened. MaxPax, he was so close to defending, but the base goes down. And Serral, he's maxing out. He's maxing out here and now. Has a massive Hydra army. Serral just now squeezing out some workers. Taking up into lurkers. But Serral, he's back in this. Very much so. Again, MaxPax, he had the tools to defend, but he was torn apart. He was just pulled apart between the 3rd, between the 4th. Very nice movement here out of Serral. Did it distract MaxPax? With that, the War Prism is at least keeping Serral busy. Is being active with some of his army. Catching out the Void Ray, at least trying to. Does dip in. MaxPax is keeping up. Saves the Void Ray. Hive is on the way. Bear this in mind, Serral, he's maxed out, but he's maxed out with a Lair Tech army. So it's not too efficient, it's not too ideal. Serral, I mean. Maxed out with the Lair Tech army. MaxPax is taking up into Sky Toss. Moving out on the right hand side. At the same time, Serral being active. Can he get on top of that 4th base? Not quite. Being zoned away. Serral being zoned back. Prism taking some hits. But so far, MaxPax is buying time for Sky Toss. And so far, he's doing a good job. So far, he is doing so. Fleet Beacon is done. He can start the Mothership. Likewise, Serral not achieving too much here with his main army. Despite being maxed out, he has been stuck at home. Thanks to that War Prism. Spire is on the way. And once again, we are entering the late game. Now, Serral, he is in a better position coming into the late game, which is actually quite different to what we've seen so far in the series. Serral, he has a large bank. He has a lot more to work with. Things are still looking up for Serral. Comes in first round, he does catch the High Templar. Massive catch. All the High Templar go down. Trading out mainly Lings. Up there's a second army. Second army coming in. Ooh. Storm does zone away. Storm does zone. Tempest production has begun for MaxPax. Getting to Tempest, getting to the Mothership. +1 air attack on the way. Nice storms! Oh my god! Serral takes a storm to the face. Storm pops up. Lurker goes down. And nice trades here for MaxPax. He is now maxed out himself. Still they're lacking that Skytoss army. Still very mortal heavy. He's getting there. Likewise, Serral taking into the Greater Spire as well. Tempest and Mothership, they have arrived. And Serral, he wants to trade. He wants to get rid of some of these roaches, rebuild with more corruptors. Droning up as well. Nice blink. Catching a lurker. MaxPax, he's made it. He's stabilized. Again, despite the... I mean, it's been a very back-and-forth game so far. Initially, successful glaive attempts out of MaxPax, then successful counterattack out of Serral. And now we've reached this game state, with both armies maxed out. Nice slow zone. MaxPax still splitting up. Moving out with the second army. Catching out some of the lurkers. He gets one, he gets two. 2, 3, 4 lurkers going down. Massive pickups. He gets all 5, gets all 6. And Serral, he's in trouble. Losing an expensive army. As there's no way out for these lurkers. Tries to escape. MaxPax, he keeps up. He shuts this down. Jesus, what is that? 12 lurkers falling. Ay, ay, ay. Serral, he has to rebuild. Expensive losses. More lurkers on the way. Bringing up some supply for corruptors. Some at least. And that was 16 lurkers going down in total. MaxPax moving in. Serral not quite in position. Setting up for a flank. It does go for the dive. That's a lot of Corruptors. He wants a Tempest. The Storms are good, but the Tempest, they should be going down. As Corruptors, they clean up. There's no Archons with the main army. Lurkers, they try to keep up as well. MaxPax moving in. And Serral, he should take the fight here, bottom right. What about left? What about the center of the map? MaxPax trying to move in. Does recall, does reinforce. Not bad. Keeps moving in. Corruptors somewhat dead supply. And there aren't that many Lurkers. Oh, and without Lurkers, this ground army can push in. MaxPax can go for the kill, he can go for the natural. He's going for it. Pushing up into the main base. And Serral, he's not in position. The Lurkers know where they need to be. They're at the third, they're at the fourth, not in the natural. And everything in the main base is exposed. The tech should be going down. Behind this Corruptor doing what they can. And GG gets called. MaxPax, he goes for the kill, and MaxPax, he will take the series 3-2. GG. Oh my god. Hi, Papi. GG, well played. MaxPax looking ecstatic there on cams. Oh, but he's so happy. Oh, look at him go. GG, well played again. Serral caught out of position. His Lurkers were not at the natural. It was wide open. And, I mean, with that, that's GG. Then and there, MaxPax going for the natural. All the tech was exposed. The bases, the economy. Serral, he had over-invested into Corruptors. He had so many Corruptors left over after killing all those Tempests. They were dead supply. They were dead supply. They could not help in the defense. GG. GG, well played. With that, the Protoss, they advance on. Hero takes down Raynor, and MaxPax takes down Serral. With that, we have our upper bracket finals ready for us. That is going to be a best of 5 between Hero and MaxPax. And again, this was a very tense, very close, very crazy back and forth between MaxPax and Serral. Went all the way to the ace match, but MaxPax, he has the best PvP in the world coming in against Hero. MaxPax is going to be favored. He's going to be favored in that series. In saying that, though, Hero, he can take maps, he can take series against MaxPax, but Hero, he has to bring his best. He has to bring his A game against MaxPax in the coming days. GG. GG, well played. As we do have a look at some of the recap here between these two players, and yeah, just a wild back and forth. Again, we saw MaxPax thrive multiple times in a longer, later game. That's where he really found his footing. What I will say is that here, Serral, he wasn't looking too bad getting to that getting to that late game as well. But I mean, it did look like he did invest too much into those Corruptors, made far too many. Again, they just weren't really helping there towards the end. And MaxPax, he went for the kill. GG, well played. Well played, Pappy. Well played. Oh my god. Just paying out those predictions, catching up in the chat. At least they finally got a series. We had so many one-sided matches. True, we had 2 ace matches. We had 2 ace matches today. The first rounds were 3-0s for the most part, so that's great to see a back and forth. Of course, we're going to be back here tomorrow, and I believe we should be having a look at the upcoming matches after this little recap. But tomorrow, we're going to be back with the lower brackets. Oh boy. What is up next? I believe tomorrow is going to be the matches featuring Estrella. I believe it should be Serral and Raynor down to the bottom half of the bracket up against Estrella and Gumiho, if I remember correctly. Let's double check. Let us double check. Oh, sorry, not Gumiho. Zaun, right. Gumiho got eliminated, true. So the ZvPs continue. Oh my god. So tomorrow is going to be Serral versus Estrella. It's going to be a rematch. Oh my god, from the group stage. And Raynor versus Zaun. Oh boy. The ZvPs do continue. That is going to be tomorrow, and the day after that is going to be Hero versus MaxPax and the winner of the previously mentioned series. Again, I'm sure we're going to be seeing a graphic soon. We'll be seeing that graphic. MaxPax were winning 2 maps ago. I get what you're saying. You're referring to the game on Leylines, and there it is. There is the bracket. Let's quickly zoom in, actually. Let's go. Let us zoom in. Okay, so there it is. Tomorrow is day 5. Tomorrow, Serral versus Estrella, Raynor versus Zaun. 2 more best of 5s to determine who is out of the tournament. And the day after that, day 6, is going to be Hero versus MaxPax and the winner of Serral, Estrella, Raynor, and Zaun. Let's go. Again, it's 2 best of 5s today, and there it is. Tomorrow's matches. Actually starting with Raynor and Zaun. There you go. We do begin with Reina versus Zaun, followed by Serral versus Estrella. I'm hoping for some more interviews. It would be great to hear a little bit more from our players. And again, best of luck. I am looking forward to that rematch between Serral and Estrella. They did go to the Ace match last time they played. I do favor Reina versus Zaun, but I'm still a little bit uncertain as to Reina's form, just because we didn't really see anything outside of all-ins. Like we saw a very aggressive series between Reina and Hero, just almost non-stop all-ins. And I wonder if that continues. Until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Our next broadcast is going to be in 9 hours time. In 9 hours, we're going to be back with, of course, the OC Season 12 Championship. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for the next day of Master Coliseum. Until then, thanks for watching, and enjoy the ending clips. The ending show. See you next time. See you next time.
姐姐，恭喜小 Hero！ 谁还记得？姐姐，恭喜战胜4比3，飞龙在天！姐姐，哎，算了，恭喜他夺冠吧。一把，我靠！打不过啊，他最后这手感染虫太凶了。最近半年 ，ZvP 56-3给自己点一个赞。 冠军.
I don't think Serral has any chance to save this one, but he continues.
It gets killed coming back, and Bunny just doesn't seem to have the numbers.
Didn't even notice the Liberator in the main base, I think. So many probes are going down right now.
Oh my god, they're trying to get back, but they can't, and so many are picked up. A big clump here from Curie. Tries to split everything up. Giant force of Bailings rolling in and clearing the hell. That's massive. Clump!
Hero is once again.
Raider has done it.
Serral did it all, and he is a well-deserving champion.